Hello, everybody, and welcome to another weekly cryptocurrency trivia session. Sorry it's on Friday today. Maybe that's better for some of you, but we often have it on Thursdays when my schedule permits. Make sure you join going to kahoot.it and use the game pin 6578320. There are 15 questions today. The last question is worth double points. If you have not played with this before, it is, trivia, 4 choices for each question most of the time. You get points by answering correctly, by answering quickly, and by answering multiple questions in a row. So I appreciate you being here. Join with your Reddit username if you are interested in participating. I will give you credit if you finish on the podium. So that's an incentive for you. I gave out special flares for people on the cryptocurrency subreddit last week to those who did well in the previous week. So I'll continue doing that going forward. Thanks for joining us. We'll start a few minutes after 6 o'clock Central, which is in just a few minutes here. And I hope you really enjoy the lovely questions we have this week. We're going to be starting in just a few minutes. Please join with your Reddit username if you would like credit. The instructions to join are at the top of the screen there. If you have any questions, I'm keeping track of chat. We'll get started real soon. Okay, we have our first contestant who's joined us. Thank you, Piper Cuckoo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm paying attention to chat. We also have Ryzen. Thank you so much, Ryzen, for joining. You did pretty well last week, so let's see if you do well going into the next week here. Today. Remember, if you would like credit on the subreddit, please use your Reddit username. That way I can give you additional, recognition for doing well for trivia this week. We have some really, really awesome questions. You're in for a surprise. You better be ready for these. I was a little tired of coming up with questions every single week, so I reached out to the community to come up with some questions. They had one person submitted a question which is in this session, so remember, if you would like to submit questions, that is a good way to get ahead of other people who do not know what they are ahead of time. And I also reached out to some other friends, and they came up with some really, really sweet questions. You're in for a treat. Okay, again, give it a few minutes here because people usually join in later, but I appreciate you being here. Is anyone here from Telegram? I'm watching the chat on YouTube, so please comment if you're here from Reddit or Telegram or Discord or wherever in the world you're coming from. It would be really useful. this is your first time, don't be afraid. Join with your Reddit username or any other username you would like to use. You just get extra credit if you use your Reddit username on the CryptoCurrency subreddit for doing well. The link is kahoot.it. The game pin is 657-8320. It is only 15 questions, all except one of them are multiple choice. There's a video at the end to keep things fun. Join in. You know, there's 3 people that are going to get a reward out of this, and only 2 people have joined. So if you join now and no one else does, you are guaranteed to get to get a special flair on the subreddit. So hopefully that's your incentive to participate here. Got 7 viewers now, and only 2 people in the chat. So I'm waiting on you. Whenever you're playing, if you have not played before and don't know this, you will want to have access to continue watching these live stream while you are using your phone or other device to play, because the questions do not appear on the device that you're using. They only appear on the main display. So you will want to keep an eye on the main display. Even though I am using ultra low latency mode on YouTube, there is about a 5-second delay. So be prepared for that as you are answering. Of course, you get extra points if you answer quickly. So you ideally don't want to answer at the very end there either. Hopefully everyone has some really fun weekend activities coming up. All right, we got some awesome, cool names in here. Macaque and John Doe. Great to have more people participating here. Thank you, Crypto Trivia, for saying it's a good idea. Max in the comments. We do this every week, normally on Thursdays, though, as my schedule permits. But it's great to have you all here. It's a good way, I think, to get people excited to keep coming back every week. And we drop someone, so it's down to 3 people. But we have 9 people watching, so join in. Again, just going to get started really quick here. Oh, it looks like they just refreshed or something. Welcome back, Macaque. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that. And we have people coming in with a huge number of spam accounts. Real classy cryptocurrency community as always. This is your last chance to join in, otherwise I'm going to proceed, and we're going to go through 15 questions. If you have any questions, let me know. There's about a 5-second delay in the live stream. These fake accounts will get filtered down as people, as humans actually know how to answer questions, I hope. So we'll get rid of these very soon here. I could try and remove them, but there's 78 of them, so I can keep, clicking to no end here, basically. No, this is going faster than I was expecting. Okay, never mind, that was a lot quicker. See how easy it is for me to remove people? It's meant for teachers in mind. Can we play on here, or does it have to be on Kahoot? So you do need to use Kahoot.it. You essentially need some ability to see the live stream, and then you need some device to play it on. So it might be multi-screen mode on your phone. Maybe that works. I'm not sure. But you will need to see the live stream as you answer on your phone, Max. Okay, this is the last chance. I'm going to start here in just a few seconds. If anyone asks about how to join in the future after I start, the code and website will move to the lower left-hand corner where they can of course still join in there. And if you get credit if you use your Reddit username, I'll give you a special flair if you finish in the top 3. So there's definitely an incentive. And we have another, probably the same really smart person here. Time for me to quickly remove them, and then we'll start, and hopefully they'll stay off the main leaderboard as people are better at answering questions on average compared to bots just answering multiple choice. I'm actually a little surprised at how big of an issue this application has with bots. Maybe some students in elementary school or something got really frustrated with one of their teachers. In any case, I'm going to get started here. Again, 15 questions. Let's go. It says 16, but there's actually 15. One is just an info slide. Question 1, when did Ryblox rebrand into Nano? Was it January 1st, 2017, November 15th, 2017, January 21st, 2018, or April 13th, 2018? This is a user-submitted question. So this is someone on the subreddit who saw that there was a submission and they answered it. So if you are participating now, congratulations. You knew the question ahead of time. I did change it very slightly, but it is approximately the same. And again, you get extra points if you answer quickly and correctly and get several in a row. So one person got this one correct. It was January 21st, 2018. It was after sort of the really, really large run-up in the 2017-2018 bubble. And granted, January 21st is still quite within the bubble, but it wasn't before all the main stuff went on. It was very, very shortly after. So yeah, Ryblox and Nano have been, in general, a very well-represented project on the CryptoCurrency subreddit, partially because of the distribution method that they had, where they gave out coins to users who submitted CAPTCHAs, I believe at least, and that led to a relatively large proportion of people who participate in the CryptoCurrency subreddit having some stake in Nano, of course, according to potential other reasons. Give me a quick someone's asking about how to join trivia here in Discord, so I just answered that question for them. All right, so we can proceed into the next question. Only one person got this one correct, which is Ryzen. So congratulations. Remove that bot. Okay, next question. What is the BIP, the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal, for Taproot? Is it 340, 341, 342, or 343? I think I chose the correct answer here. I know what the right answer is. I'm sort of just second-guessing myself here. Okay, never mind. I clicked the wrong answer. Whoever put in chat, if you answered 341, that is the correct answer. I screwed this one up. So apologies if you're one of the individuals who selected 341, the one individual. 340 is actually Schnorr, 341 is Taproot, and 342 is TapScript. So my bad. That's embarrassing. But no one got that one correct. So whoever in this game, so apologies here. Another question, another set of clicking through. Question 3, which of the following must be true about what determines the chain a Bitcoin node sees as valid? Must be true. Is it has the most blocks, is the most recent seen chain by the node, has the most accumulated proof of work, or has the fewest empty blocks? And the rest of the questions here are, I promise, really, really great, because someone from the Monero Research Lab did most of them. So you're in for a treat here. All right, has the most accumulated proof of work. 23 individuals / spots got that one correct. It is not just the one with the most blocks. That's a common misconception, just because anyone can generate really low difficulty blocks. So as a result, they look for what has the most accumulated proof of work here. And it looks like some people got that correct instantly. So we'll have to see the next question if any humans got that one correct. Sorry for all this spam. There's not much I can do about it, except perhaps consider a platform other than Kahoot that doesn't have a great set of, that perhaps has a better set of controls. All right, question 4. Does Kraken operate in the state of New York? This is a yes or no, yes or no. All right. Majority of people got that correct, which means maybe humans got that one correct, I hope. Ah, no, at least not in the leaderboard yet. But, next few questions it'll shake its way out. Okay, next question. 5. Which of these states is likely easiest to offer cryptocurrency exchange services in? New York, Minnesota, Illinois, or Montana? Again, not legal advice, of course, but which one is likely easiest to offer cryptocurrency exchange services in of these options? And it's really great that we have 74 participants, but I don't think that, we actually have 74 people. Montana is the best answer. The reason why Montana is the correct answer, hopefully someone knew this, is that Montana has no state money transmitter license requirements. It's the only state that does not have money transmitter requirements. So you still have federal requirements. You still need to register with FinCEN, let's say, but unlike New York, which has a BIT license, and Minnesota and Illinois, which have respective transmitter licenses, Montana has nothing at all. So they have literally no relevant money transmitter license. So that's the best answer to this question, which it looks like we at least have not had humans that got that correct 3 times in a row. So let's see what happens in the next question here. Question 6. Which of the following, one or more of these are potentially correct, directly determines the Bitcoin payout received by the miner of a block? Is it the block size, the current block reward, the non-fee amounts from transactions in the block, or the fee amounts from transactions in the block? Select any correct answer. Yeah, they're saying we have a bot with a big lead here. What's it saying about the humans who are participating? Come on, you could do better than guess and check, or guess and hope one of 74 alts gets the correct answer. See, this is what we deal with in the cryptocurrency subreddit all day. If you ever wonder what life in a moderator seems like, you're living it right here. So yes, the 2 correct answers are the current block reward and the fee amounts from transactions in the block. Of course, the non-fee amounts, the amount transacted, is completely irrelevant for the Bitcoin payout received by miners of Bitcoin. Someone's on fire, but they are gone. John Doe, we have a human, presumably, of course, at the top of the leaderboard now. Congratulations, John Doe. How does it feel to be beating a bot for the first time? We have 7 people watching, though, so if you'd like to join, you still can join by going to kahoot.it and using the game pin 6578320. The leading human has only gotten 3 questions correct. So if you think that out of the rest, there's a good chance you'll get more than 3 correct, please join in. You still have a really good chance. And the last question is worth 2,000 points. So really, this is still a 2-question game here. And you get bonuses for answering multiple in a row. So this is, you can come back. Yeah, Daniel, woohoo, human. That's how I feel at the moment, at least. Question 7. The U.S. government is auctioning off how many Bitcoin next month? Is it 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000 Bitcoin? And I'm seeing about a 5 to 7 second delay on the live stream on my end. 4,000 Bitcoin is correct here. Those who were watching one of the big previous auctions, Tim Draper purchased, I believe, like 3,000 Bitcoin from the government. Of course, this is years and years ago, so it was not quite worth as much as it was now. And he actually paid a premium. He paid above spot prices to make sure that he was able to purchase all of these Bitcoin. So it is an auction. Who knows if these will go above or below spot, but they actually went above spot last time. That's, pretty interesting. And of course, note that there is an on-chain record to know that, hey, the government used to own these, and there is a permanent record that these specific coins were auctioned at some point. So maybe that has some additional, perhaps lower value compared to other coins. Wow, though, we have Mr. T, who snuck into first place there with 3,828 points. It's all about how quickly you answer. Like I said, John Doe, however, second place still. Ryzen very closely behind at 33.27. So it looks like the human players are all really, really close here. And of course, up 45 places is the pound dollar exclamation point at pound $1.58, killing it. You'll come close, and then once you get to the top, actually, you're gone now. Sorry, I didn't realize I could remove those high climbers. Okay, next question. 8. Which cryptographic hash function is used as the basis of the Bitcoin proof of work function? Is it SHA-256, SHA-512, Blake2, or RIP-EMD-160? You can clearly tell that I'm a human here out of all the mistakes I'm making. SHA-256 is the correct answer here. It looks like the bots are gone, so that's nice. 4 humans, presumably, got this one correct. Sorry to the one person who said SHA-512. That is not correct. But yeah, 3 players just hit answer streak 3. You got the past 3 correct. Congratulations. Mr. T's still at the top there, but it's great to see Macaque back on the real leaderboard here. Next question, we're halfway through. How is a Bitcoin address derived? We're actually more than halfway through. Is it through the hashing of the private key as an elliptic curve point from the private key, through the hashing of the public key, or it is a randomly selected value? What is the best answer here? The 3 of you answered very quickly. Through the hashing of the public key, it is not an elliptic curve point from the private key. Through the hashing of the public key is the best answer here. Congratulations to the 2 of you who got that correct, but it means that things, it's a, I think, no, it's actually a hashing of the public key for the address. If you're figuring out how the public key is derived, yes, it is from the private key, but the address itself is actually from the public key. So, Mr. T got that one correct. They're on the leaderboard. They have 6 correct in a row. Thanks for your comments, Daniel. And I don't know what other. It's probably Macaque got that one correct. Maybe it's hard for me to tell who gets these correct. But yeah, good for the 2 of you who got that one correct. Question 10. How is a Bitcoin transaction cryptographically authorized currently? Through a Schnorr signature, an ECDSA signature, a linkable ring signature, or a zero-knowledge Merkle proof? People are a little bit slower on this one. I sort of gave the answer away earlier. Okay. So yes, Bitcoin has a proposal 340, like I discussed earlier, for Schnorr. So it does not currently use Schnorr, but there is a proposal which likely will be adopted, relatively likely, which will change it from ECDSA to Schnorr, but it currently uses ECDSA. Again, not Schnorr. Not a linkable ring signature. That's something like Monero uses. Monero also uses Schnorr. And it also does not use a zero-knowledge Merkle proof, which is what Zcash uses. So none of those options. It currently uses ECDSA. Schnorr is what they want to move to, though. Actually, at the time when Bitcoin was created, they could not use Schnorr because it was under patent. Now it's no longer under patent, and it has better security and efficiency properties, in general. So as a result, Bitcoin has a proposal to move from ECDSA to Schnorr. But to be clear, there's no reason to believe ECDSA is insecure. It's just Schnorr is better provably secure, if that makes sense. Mr. T, either I don't know if you got that one correct. It doesn't have a little flame by your name anymore. So maybe you didn't. But I think Ryzen got that one correct. Congratulations, Ryzen. Question 11. What are Dandelion and Dandelion++ in the context of distributed digital assets? Are they digital signature constructions, attacks on key privacy, protocols for sorting transactions within blocks, or protocols for routing transactions more privately? Okay, everyone got this one correct. We have some real Dandelion fans here, it seems. People like going into the weeds, so to speak. Okay, that was a terrible joke. But on the leaderboard, Mr. T, well, apparently Mr. T got the last one correct also, because they got this one correct. Highest answer streak of 8. Ryzen got that one correct. Everyone else got this one correct. We see Piper Cuckoo on the leaderboard for the first time. Congratulations, Piper, with 4 correct answers there, I believe. Mr. T and Ryzen are sort of building a lead here, though, so we'll see what happens in the next few rounds. Remember, the last question is worth 2,000 points. Question 12. What proof of work criterion is used to determine if a block is valid as a measure of work? Is it the proof of work output must be greater than the difficulty target? The proof of work output must match the difficulty target? Must it be less than the difficulty target? Or the proof of work output must be greater than or equal to the difficulty target? We'll see how many people get this one correct. I think a lot of people will get this one wrong. Okay, yes, everyone got this one wrong. So it actually is the case that the proof of work output must be less than the difficulty target. And I actually made an explainer slide to help explain this because I went back and forth with clarification on this one. So the specific check is this. Oh, sorry, this is the leaderboard. No one got that one correct, so we can proceed. Difficulty explanation. It has this long intro to go to the slide, but it says here, for target T, proof of work is valid if the hash of the data is actually less than T. So that is how they determine. Intuitively, it's kind of the opposite of what you think, because ultimately the case is that you need to have a block mind that at least is of a certain difficulty, so to speak. But for the very specific test that I talk about here, the hash of the data is actually checked to be less than the difficulty target. Not less than or equal to, or greater than and equal to, or equal to, like the other answers. It's all less than or equal to the difficulty target. See, this is what happens when you consult with researchers to come up with some of these questions. You get some tough ones like this. So don't feel bad that you got this one wrong. Intuitively, you would select one of the other answers if you're not familiar with how the specific targeting worked. So hopefully you all learned something. I know I did. Question 14. What links blocks together in the Bitcoin blockchain? Is it transactions must spend outputs from the previous block? The difficulty of the block must be less than the previous block? Blocks must have the same headers? Or the previous block header is included in the next block hash? I think at least one of you will get this one correct, I hope. This one's easier than the previous one. Okay, by at least one, it's all except one. Yes, the previous block header is included in the next block hash. It does not make sense that the transactions must spend outputs from the previous block because maybe people want a hodl, right? It doesn't make sense that the difficulty must be less. It could be less if mining hash rate is decreasing, or it could be more, like what is normally the case as technology gets better, so the difficulty generally increases, but there is no requirement that it's more or less. It's just a parameter that changes depending on mining activity. And no, they do not have the same headers. Blocks have different headers, right? There's no requirement that they have the same header. So the best answer here is, of course, the previous block header is included in the next block hash, and that means that you can't just forge random blocks that appear out of nowhere. There's of course, that are accepted. They need to be some reference to the previous block. Now, the next two questions are a little different. The next question is something you need to type in. I still have it as only 30 seconds because I don't expect it to take a while for people to type in. I guess that's a hint, is that it's a short answer. So get those answers typed in as quickly as you can. You still get points by answering quickly. And do not worry about case. Just use all uppercase or all lowercase. It'll work out just fine. Okay, next question. After we look at the leaderboard here, sorry. Mr. T is still on top. Ryzen and John Doe are close together, and then there's about a point gap with Macaque, and then another point, and 1 to 2 points between Macaque and Piper Cuckoo. Yeah, Daniel, basically the opposite. Okay, Question 15, open-ended. What's the acronym for the primary U.S. agency that regulates federal security laws? So you have to type in your answer here, and then click submit. Okay, those are the 3 things people typed in. SEC is the correct answer. 3 people said SEC, so good for you. The 2 of you who put the other answers, sorry, the Security and Exchange Commission is the U.S. agency that regulates federal security laws. They're the ones who have gone after people like Block One, which is the company behind EOS, and the company Nebulous Labs, the company behind Siacoin. So yes, they've had some involvement in the cryptocurrency space as of late, and they will continue to going forward. So the leaderboard, Mr. T is still on top. Ryzen, I don't think Ryzen got that one correct. I think they're at the same number of points as before. Piper got that one correct. They narrowed the gap to 300 points between them and McCock. And there's still about a 1,000-point gap between McCock and John Doe. Are you ready for the last question? Now, this one is meant to be pretty fun. It's 2,000 points. It actually includes a video, so you can answer while the video is going on. You do not need to wait for the video to complete if you know what the answer is, but there is only 10 seconds after the video is over in order for you to answer. The video itself is actually about 100 seconds long, so it's a kind of long video just because it's pretty funny, but if you know the answer, you can answer ahead of time. Okay, here we go. Double points, like I said. According to Meltem, what did she claim investors focused too little attention on in the 2017-2018 bubble?
And so, what we started doing is just throwing money at protocols. So I have my shitcoin toilet. I have coins. So everyone's going to be really rich. We're going to have the fattest protocols ever. Sorry. I don't want to miss the side of the stage. Toilet coins. Yay! All right, we're all really rich. Yay! Woo! Protocols! Yay! Fat protocols. We'll have the toilet out there if you want your own shitcoins later. But look, people just started throwing money at these things, right? Look at this. $8.2 billion into this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, along the way, we also did this other thing. We developed a fetish for features. These words, fast, scalable, decentralized, private, fair mining, ooh, that was a sexy one, green, governance, secure, these are all things people claimed their protocol could do, and people ate it up. Everyone was trying to create the next Bitcoin, and you look at some of these headlines.
Okay, everyone answered this one. Protocols is not one that she said investors focus too little attention on. In fact, what she was saying the whole time is that investors spent way, in her opinion, too much attention on protocols. She indicated elsewhere during the talk that they should focus generally more on applications, not protocols, or the feature fetish, like she said, or scalability, where they're an example of a feature where people are like, what is this for? Why does it matter? And how does it actually work? And who cares? So in her opinion, applications were sort of receive way too little attention compared to protocols, which are well overrepresented. Okay, let us now see who finished in first, second, and third place here. Here's the podium. Third place with 10 out of 16 correct, Ryzen. Really strong performance. 9 out of 16, but higher. They must have answered quicker and more in a row. John Doe. In first place with 12 out of 16, Mr. T. Thank you, everyone who participated. I hope this was really fun for you all. Please comment like your Reddit username in the chat if you did not use it and would like to be credited. Otherwise, you can message me on Discord or Samsung Galaxy Player on Reddit. That's the account you can contact if you would like to receive credit But I really appreciate you all joining me tonight. Again, we usually have these on Thursdays, not on Friday nights. So I'll catch you next week if you thought this was fun and learned some things. And I appreciate you being here. Take care, everybody.